I just recollect Mr. Henry Ford once said to his sales team that, I don't mind Americans buying any car as far as it is black in color. And in those days, Ford was the only company making the black color car. So it's kind of creating the USP, the unique sales proposition. And that's where, when we say here, I think the previous speakers have spoken about the environment, the requirement, and also the skill set availability. Now, what we need is a platform embedded, in between. And that's where Omron comes in between. So basically, Omron stands for the synonym of automation world, right? And we just saw or heard in the previous speakers, they were talking about the advancement, the technology, the innovation, the intelligence, the digital transformation, and a lot of other things. And I think it is all boiling down to the automation need. So the presentation from me this morning would be based on the automation insights for the automotive industries, right? So basically, I'll just quickly go through what Omron Corporation is and the principles, our presence in India, what solutions we offer in automation, and then of course the smart solutions that we were, trying to pitch upon. So basically, you all have come across, many innovative things. And Omron, we are a very humble organization, headquartered in Japan. We are a Japanese company. But just for your information, the world's first automatic traffic signaling system is by Omron. The world's first ATM machine is by Omron. The world's first solid-state relay is by Omron. The world's first PLC, the fuzzy logic controller, is by Omron. And the list is endless. Even if you see the LCD calculator, the screen is by Omron. So we are an innovative company from the birth of the organization itself. We are about $6.5 billion US organization, as I said, headquarters in Japan. And the major piece, if you can see, it's about 71%, 57 and 14 is from automation piece. And of course, we also have healthcare. Many of you might be using Omron BP monitors and ECG machines and all at home. So, but what I want to say, we are as large as any big organization you name in the automation world. Or if you map the serviceable or addressable market, we are rather the largest in terms of automation piece that we are supposed to offer, which is almost $4 billion globally. Our values and principles, basically, if I have to say, our previous speakers were talking about the greener tomorrow. So basically, it's improving life of people, which is what is our mission. And our values is innovation driven by social needs. 6.5% of our R&D, our revenue goes into R&D, which keeps us on a cutting edge. We challenge ourselves. That's what the principle speaks about. Every individual is challenged by its own KPIs. And also respect for all. And that's what we call about act with integrity. In India, I think this is very important that, we are spread across length and breadth of the country. So when I have to speak about the automation piece or the solution, it is also about the skill set, which is, the previous speaker just spoke about. And if I have to say, we are almost 27 years plus in India, 200 plus strong workforce that we have in India. We have a big warehouse, which we house about 37,000 SKUs in automation piece, which is by far the largest or the biggest portfolio. We are from relay to robotics. Anything and everything in automation we can serve with. We keep always a very healthy stock of about 1.5 month inventory of orders. We have a POC, which is proof of concept lab in Pune, which is just stone's throw away distance from you. 2 repair centers. So we also do some component level repairs. And we have 3 training centers. So, all the customer needs, our end users to OEMs, to machine manufacturers, to part manufacturers, we can cater to. We also have 6 branch offices and 7 remote locations. That is the sales and service offices. And an automation technology center, a demo center, which houses everything up and running from relay to robotics. And when I say robotics, of course, I'll get you through the next slides, which will tell you the range of robotics that we have. And we also have application teams. So if you have a critical project and if you want maybe 20, 30 of our own engineers, this is other than the channel partner engineers, we can depute in a day's time, which is the biggest and the largest application team or the engineering team that any automation vendor has in India as on date. And we have 100 plus channel partners. So we are very much spread across the breadth and length of the country, and also now we are attached with the 4 other locations, which is Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, which makes us Greater India. We are predominantly verticalized, so our sales structure, our industry structure is verticalized, and we cater to the major 6 industries, and everywhere we see there is a good growth potential. So it is environmental mobility or automotive as we call it, medical, FNC, food and commodity, digital, logistics and infrastructure, right? So of course today we'll discuss about environmental mobility, and this is how I started with Henry Ford's example as well. So when I see Omron offering, we again cut across every application, as you can see, from quality inspection to line traceability, as you can see the data serialization, or up to proactive safety. I think my previous speaker was also emphasizing about the safety, right, in Indian parlance. So anything and everything that goes into manufacturing world, especially in automotive industry, is all taken care by us, including robotics and control and automation. As I said, we have 37,000 SKUs live, up and running in India. So, we can cater to any wide range of or any spectrum of requirements that you have. Plus, we are a Japanese company, and we are blessed with the Automotive Industries Association in Japan with Suzuki, Nissan, with Toyota, with Honda. And of course, in Korea, we are also very largely present with Hyundai and Kia Motors. So in Indian parlance also, I think if I have to sum up those 6 companies, and now we have started to work very aggressively with Tata Motors and Mahindra, we are kind of omnipresent with about 80-85% of the automobile manufacturers in India. What we are distinct, as I said, the black color of the Ford is the eye automation for Omron, right? So when I have to speak about integrated, basically, we have solutions which is very widespread, but they are very seamlessly integrated. It is kind of plug it and forget it kind of. And we also can work very, very seamlessly with whether we can say vendor agnostic. If you have any other automation platform or any other sensors or any other IoT devices, our systems can very well get integrated with those systems, and then you can have a seamless automation platform. Interactive means, I think Mr. Deshmukh was speaking about the collaborative robots. So we do have those collaborative robots. We work in a collaborative environment wherein automation, the platforms, the human beings and the processes, they work in a cohesive manner. So definitely those pieces go right with the interactive part of it. And intelligent, of course, because again, the previous speaker was speaking about the need of AI, the machine learning languages, the data analytics and all those things. So, and also now there is a buzzword of cloud based hosting of the platforms and all. So we do have connectivity on various platforms, including your own local SQL server up to cloud computing. With all these things, it comprises of our eye automation, which is a distinct offering from us, other than the products and the usual solutions that any manufacturer has. Now, if I have to just simplify, the automation becomes cumbersome at times if it is too much complicated, right? So too much automation is also a complex thing, and we have seen, especially if there are technical people or automation people sitting here, generally people use the jumpers and they bypass the systems, because too much of automation is generally is not very, very healthy practice. So very seamless, very single mode architecture, as you can see, single network, one software, easy to configure, easy to maintain, and it is really, really helping all the unskilled and semi-skilled oriented customers as well. And of course, we can give you the cloud connectivity. Now, having said that, you can see here the quality inspection. Now, in automotive industry, especially the mechanical parts or metal parts, there is a lot of duplication. Okay, or maybe there is some certain things that is coming up from China, from Thailand, from Indonesia, and then they are not exactly a match. And I think the people would agree, even if people are owning the car, we know whenever there is a issue, you are always given by the shopkeeper, you want the original or you want, a likewise. Of course, I will not use the word duplicate, but a likewise, right? So basically what we are into is also the MVRC and DPM solutions. The part manufacturers will understand, and as we go along, I'll explain you as well. But basically, it goes right from the manufacturing stage, the quality inspection of smallest component to the finished product and the major equipments. Everything gets traced. And then we have various dashboards, and then these dashboards can be hosted on the cloud, or it can go up to the MIS reporting. right? So this is all flexible manufacturing and smart manufacturing available from Omron, single platform. Now this is what I was calling as, when we say MVRC is marking, verifying, reading and control. That is MVRC, and DPM is direct part marking. So on the parts, you basically directly mark and then it gets embedded onto the part itself, right? So this is a solution which is very unique and it has something to do with traceability. So with Omron set of solutions, you get, nothing can be duplicated, or there you have a very good high amount of traceability available. In terms of robotics, there was a discussion about robotics. So as you can see, we have fixed robots, industrial robots, we have mobile industrial robots and collaborative industrial robots. So, or we call it cobots, right? Now, if you have to see the central pillar, basically that's a AGV in the earlier world, what we call it, guided van vehicles, wherein the mobile robots, they are supposed to drive, or they get driven on a strip, metallic strip, or there is a specialized flooring that is required, or some improvised version, they need QR code on the shop floor. But as it moves along, the QR code also gets faded away. Whereas what we have is an AMR. It is an automatic maneuverability of robot, and you just leave it here, and it will ensure it doesn't collide with any of you, even if you start to move in the room, right? So it has got 360-degree sensors and everything, and the range starts from 60 kilos to 1,500 kilos or 1.5 tons. So this is that load bearing capacity or the payload it can carry, which is very ideal in terms of, if somebody has any metallic part to be moved. And we have a fleet management software, which is again unique to Omron. It is patented technology. 100 such mobile robots, you just leave them alone, and then they will find their path, they will not collide, and you can program it as easily. Like, for example, if something is near to me, robot number 1, and something is, maybe robot 2 is there and robot 5 is somewhere else. Once it start to move, it auto assigns the other activity to other robots. That okay, now robot 7 has to go to Bhavesh because it is in the nearest proximity. Now it is all AI driven and it is self-teaching. So once you teach the path, 100 robots move inside a free mix. One could be 60 kilos, ranging up to 1,500 kilos. 1 to 100 numbers, they move freely in your campus. Okay. So, and without any specialized flooring requirement. It goes on the normal flooring, even on this carpet. And of course, we have various fixed robots and also cobots. Now, just for the benefit of you all, I'll just give you one small example. This is in 54 seconds, 32 times images are taken. And on the right hand side, you can see there is a go, no go. Okay, it's an engine inspection. We cannot tell you the customer name, but their efficiency went up multifolds. In 54 seconds, 32 images, and it gives you where even there is a small rivet or a screw missing, or there is a loose connection, or a connector missing, or there is a paint which is not done properly, if there is no QR code, if there is no chassis number, not full chassis number, anything and everything gets traced. So, and this is also vertically mounted, so it's a specialized mounting, but you can mount it anyway, sideways or the normal mounting. It is inverted, and then there is a vision camera. So only again, Omron robots has also a capability to mount a vision camera on it. So we also, Mr. Deshmukh was speaking about the vision and AI along with cobots or robots. So we have an integrated solution, and this again, a beauty is this can also be very well mounted on a mobile robot, which becomes a MOMA, mobile manipulator. So it's a mobile robot which is again can go anywhere and everywhere, self-teaches itself, and it has got a cobot which can do a pick and place or a vision or a mix of this. So it's a high amount of permutation combination that you can teach in your plant, and it is up and running. Yeah. Just quick 3 videos. So as you can see, it is machine tending situation application. The other is assembly. And why we are showing you this particularly is there is a landmarking feature in our vision system, and the landmarking feature enables you to have very, very high precision. So as you can see, the cobot, which is such a big equipment by itself, is putting very accurately the connector or taking off the connector. So this is just one example. It could be anything, right? And there is an automatic screw driving application as well. So it measures the torque and other things. So this is what we just wanted to highlight. And it has got an integrated vision camera, vision system. So in today's world, when we speak about smart and intelligent and other things, I think these are all the things which is synonymous to it. And the applications are very much pertaining, especially when we have dearth of manpower, as my previous speaker was talking about. And it does all the required work of a human being. It selects the trays, it goes to various components, and automatically takes and puts inside in the assembly. So this is where it comes very handy. You can put various grippers, various arm. Of course, you people know this since you are from automotive world. iBelt is one more solution. So again, when I say I is for integrated, intelligent and interactive, basically when we say about the usual way of working with the vendor of automation, we also work with a closed loop manner, wherein the data comes very handy and we work in a collaborative manner to improve your manufacturing processes. So this is something unique in iBelt services, where the data generated by the automation devices and the dashboards and all, we come and help you to improvise your manufacturing practices, the best manufacturing practices. This is again, I'll skip this because this is something to do with the cloud. What we want to say is, if you are multi-plant, multi-location based organization, we can still come and help you on, collaborating the data from every plant and get the best practices of, let us say, plant 1, and we can embed into plant 3, for example. Right? So basically it is for your OEE improvement. As far as we were talking about EV, ma'am, sorry, I'll just take a couple of minutes more. My apologies. EV manufacturing, we do, as you can see, anything and everything, and I'll not go much in detail in the essence of time. But as you can see, there is a live video of laser cleaning, and also there is a welding. So all the solutions, control, automation, precision, which we can provide. And this is one of the beautiful feature, which is again patented by Omron, which is called as flying trigger technology. And this increases your inspection speed 3 times, 2.8 times to be precise. As you can see, while moving, it takes images. It doesn't have to move at every battery bank or every inspection point. Many of our peers, generally bad manners to talk about peers, but I have to tell here, because many of our peers, if there is a bank, it stops at every inspection point. Whereas this is a smooth movement, and then it still captures all the inspection points, and it gives you the results. And this is the last video, which is about the laser welding. So this is again EV, and then there is a battery bank. So as you can see, the red dot which is moving, it is as precise as 2 millimeter circle, and with 0.2 millimeter or less than 0.2 millimeter as accuracy. So in the EV vehicles, the battery and this kind of a welding and the precision is utmost important, and that's where we also come very handy. So we are very, offering very accurate kind of solutions. And just to conclude, again, from relay to robotics, anything and everything that you can imagine, or from sensor to boardroom, as we say, you can have it from the range of Omron spectrum, and which is all coordinated control. So with this, I end my presentation, and thank you so much